Hey, drone enthusiasts, and of course, as always, a shout out to my friends at the Drone Seekers. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I'm back out at Lucky Peak Reservoir today, and I'm going to take the Parrot Anafi for a little flight. I've had a few reservations about this drone, and I've had a few issues with it, and I believe that some of them were my own fault, not doing things correctly with it. Others, I think, are endemic to the drone, and just maybe some things that you would want to consider if you're thinking about buying one of these. So I had a situation the other day where I was landing the drone on a landing pad and it wouldn't shut off. The props kept spinning. It was down on the pad. The props kept spinning. I was holding the left gimbal all the way down, and it still wouldn't shut off the motors. Now, what I probably should have done was take off again and try it again. In the heat of the moment, I didn't do that. What I did, oh, and I also did not try moving both gimbals out or both gimbals in to see if that would kill the motors. May have, I'm not sure on this drone. That's something I'll have to try. What I did do was I walked up to it, and while it's kind of hopping around, I held down the power button and shut it off. Now, I've also had a couple situations where the drone would not power down. In other words, holding down the button would not power off the drone. I had to physically take the battery off to do that. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but anyway, I'm going to show you that video of the drone landing on the landing pad now. Well, it doesn't want to shut off here, folks. I don't know, this must be my day for defective drones. So I have the stick all the way down, and look at this thing. Okay, so you've taken a look at that video and you can kind of see what I mean, and like I said, there were probably some things that I could have done differently there, no question about it. The other issue that I've had with this drone, and I've talked about it before, is the 16 gigabyte card that they put in here. If you film in 4K, which I do, you run out of space on the card before you use up a full battery. So I've tried formatting a 64 gigabyte, a SanDisk Extreme 64 gigabyte card, and it hasn't worked. I haven't been able to get the drone to work. At home last night, I put a SanDisk Extreme U3 32 gigabyte card formatted to FAT32, which is what this drone requires. And by the way I did that, I partitioned that 64 gigabyte card, and it was also FAT32. But in any case, I fired it up very briefly last night and it seemed to like it. So I'm hoping that I've solved that problem. I've got a 32 gigabyte card in here. All I care about is enough storage space for one battery's worth of flight. And hopefully that problem is solved. The other issue that I've had is trying to do a hand landing that I've failed at a couple times. I think that was entirely my fault. I was trying to land it with the drone facing me. What you need to do is have the drone facing away. So some of the issues I had there, I'm going to blame myself for, but we're going to try that again today too. But in any case, I'm at Lucky Peak Reservoir. We're going to get it out. We're going to go out over the lake with it. We're going to try, I'd like to try a Dolly zoom with this drone. I've done it before with my Mavic 2 zoom, so I'd like to see how the Dolly zoom compares on this, and we, you know, maybe see how far we can go. I have had range issues in the past with this where I got out about, you know, 300 meters or so, and it would give me a red warning saying strong interference. Out here at the lake, there shouldn't be any kind of interference, so we'll try that. Oh, and I should also add that here recently, I was out at Heroes Park in Meridian, and I got that red warning, and I kept pushing, and the drone pushed right through it, and I was able to get out to 900 meters before I lost connection, and the drone did an automatic return to home. So let's just see what it is out here. If we got enough battery, we'll give that a shot too. But in any case, give me a second here. Let me get the controller all hooked up, and we'll take off. That just reminded me of one more thing. I'm sorry. The other day when I had my iPhone in the controller, and I had it without the cover on the iPhone, just the iPhone, I just don't like the way that controller holds the phone. It's problematic. My iPhone fell out, cracked the screen. It's an iPhone 10. That's $400 if you take it to the Apple store to get that screen replaced. I went to one of those eye repair places, and it was like $250. So yeah, this is kind of becoming an expensive drone, but anyway, I don't like the way that works, and I know Gorilla Man has come up with a bit of a solution, and I'm sure other people probably have too, so I'll probably need to look into that. But in any case, let's get this baby in the air. Okay, it's ready for a hand launch, but for some reason I don't have a FPV picture here. I don't know what that is. I don't see any errors. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and try a hand launch. So if I understand that correctly, I just hold it out, press the launch button, and throw it in the air. And I've had that work in the past, so let's give that a shot. So there we go. That worked perfectly. Problem is I have no FPV on the drone, guys. I don't know what's going on. I can't see anything on the screen. Yeah, for some reason there's no FPV here. It says it's recording. So what I'm going to do, this is as good a time as any to try a hand catch again, and I'm going to reboot everything and we'll try it out. But that's the kind of problems just mysterious problems I've had with this product. So let's give that a shot. So I don't know if you saw that. It landed in my palm. It didn't want to shut off the motors. I finally got I gripped it with my thumb and forefinger, or my little finger and my thumb, which may or may not have been a good idea. I don't know. It acted like it wanted to take off again, so I didn't know what to do. But anyway, yeah, check that nothing is blocking the camera. I don't know what's going on here, guys. I'm going to reboot, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I rebooted the drone, rebooted the app, etc., and I now have FPV, so let's launch this baby again. That hand launch is pretty cool. It's the hand catch I'm not so sure about. So it automatically starts recording. We're recording in 4K 30 frames per second, which is great. About 8-mile-an-hour wind gusts today, so let's quit messing around. Let's get some altitude and let's fly out there a ways. Okay, I'm going to get some shade here so I can see the FPV a little better. So we're going to the other side of the lake there. We're about 250 meters. So I'm gonna yaw over here and go up the lake a little bit. Try and do a slow yaw. There we go. And I am at full throttle. Looks like we're at about 4.8 meters per second. So that's roughly what, about 10 or 11 miles an hour. So this isn't the fastest drone for sure. We're almost at 500 meters. I've had zero connection issues. It's solid connection. 83% battery we're at here. Okay, now we're at 600 meters, solid connection. Well, you can see how full the lake's getting. The river on the other side, it's really full. You'll see this lake full to the top here very soon. We're at about 700 meters. Kind of interesting. I don't see any boats out on the lake today. And it is flying somewhat against the wind, I should add, too. In fact, it is flying against the wind, which is always what you should do when you're going out to distance, so that it has the wind with it when it's coming back. 850 meters, so, oh, there's a boat there. So what we're going to do is, if I can get to 1 kilometer, I'll turn it around. I don't know about you guys, a kilometer is all I need. You know, flying any further than that, I'm not sure why you would need to. But man, solid connection here. We haven't lost, no interference. It's been perfect. I'm kind of wondering if that has anything to do with the high-speed SD card that I've got in it now. So there we are. We're at 1 kilometer. 75% battery. Man, just perfect, solid 1.1 kilometer. I said I was going to turn around, but I'm kind of thinking this is pretty cool. Yeah, there's no point in pushing it. You know, we're at like I said, 1.1 kilometer. I bet you almost 1.2. Yeah, 1.2. I stopped it. Good solid connection the whole time. No warnings, nothing. So I'm going to hit return to home, and let's see if it'll come back to us. Yeah, and there you can see me. I'm out on that point. You've seen this before. Let me see if I can adjust the gimbal down a little. Yeah, there we go. I always forget about that. You know, you always remember the rule of thirds when, with your gimbal, you want 1/3 sky, 1/3 what your object is you're looking at, and 1/3 what's below it. So we'll bring it back here, and then we'll try, I would really like to try that dolly zoom. Ron Brown posted a really cool dolly zoom that he did with his Anafi the other day. So gosh guys, I'm feeling pretty good about this drone right now. I've been pretty clear. Oh, look at, the other thing I noticed, it's coming back at 10 meters per second, so it's coming back a lot faster than it flew out. And I of course had it in film mode, so that might have had something to do with it as well. But yeah, I digress. Ron Brown did a really cool dolly zoom the other day, so I want to try that. And it's almost here. It's you know, came back at twice as fast as it went down. Of course, had the wind behind it, as well as I was in film mode on the way out. So there we are, right there. It's coming down. I'm going to stop, return to home. We'll pick the gimbal back up, back it off a little. Okay, let's see if we can do a dolly zoom. Okay, a little bit of wind here. Let me pick the camera up a little bit. So let's see how we do that. I'm not reveal, spiral, epic. Maybe I need to go out of manual flight. Manual flight, cameraman, follow me, smart dronies. See if it's in there. I clicked on smart dronies. No, it's not there. Oh yeah, there's should be dolly zoom. Yeah, I see dolly zoom there, but for some reason it won't let me. Oh, maybe I have to, yeah, I have to select first. Okay, so what I had to do was select first, then it lit up dolly zoom. So we're going to click on that. And let's see, first we're going to do that first one on the left, which is just where it'll do a pull away, it looks to me like. 3, 2, 1. So evidently it's still going, because it's got the stop there. Oh yeah, yeah, it must be done. It's hovering. So let's go back into dolly zoom, and let's do the one where it goes out and comes in. Okay, so we're going to try all three of the dolly zooms. So now it's backing up at, wow, a pretty good rate of speed too. Wow, that's cool. So if I understand it correctly, it'll come back here. Yeah. Wow, and it was, let me tell you, it was doing some time there. I see the progress thing at the bottom. I didn't notice that earlier. So you do have a progress bar at the bottom that it tells you what it's doing. So let's go back into dolly zoom. Let's try the last one, and it looks like it goes out, stops, and goes out some more. So let's try that one. 3, 2, 1. Well, that was cool. So it'll be fun to see how those look when we get into the video. Man, I'm pretty stoked that worked. I mean, this is a good flight today. So I'm gonna back it up. Let's try that. Let's get some height and back it up, and let's try an orbit. Yeah, we can back up a little bit more. I want to kind of be able to see this whole point that we're on. And let's do an orbit. And it just gives you a left and right. So we'll do right. Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. I want to go left. Okay, while it's doing this orbit, I want to see if I can yaw. And you can't, but as soon as I gave an input on the stick, it stopped the drone. So I was hoping that during the orbit you could yaw. So let's orbit left again here. Yeah, now it's giving me a poor Wi-Fi connection. That's the first interference we've had, although it's in an automated flight mode. Yeah, and it went away there. We're down to 35% battery. We're not going to let it go through the whole orbit here. So you're seeing the Lucky Peak Dam there behind this point that I'm off of. And the highway you see in the background goes up to, if you're familiar with Idaho, that goes up to Idaho City, up in the mountains. And then beyond that, it goes up to, if you followed it, you'd go through Lowman and make it all the way to Stanley, Idaho. Yeah, now we've just lost FPV. So that's not good. All right, came back. That was really odd. I don't know what that was about. We had a little bit of interference, then we just lost FPV there for a second. Yeah, so that stopped. And I hear a helicopter, so I don't know where he's at. I'm gonna bring this baby home. Oh, there I see him. He's way up high. He's nowhere that we need to be worried about. But that's something that you need to be conscious of is, so I just hit cancel on that RTH. Although we're down to 20% battery, but let's try something else here. Looks like we're going to need to come down and in. Okay, let's just do one more. Let's do that parabola. Wow, that parabola, I almost, as it came down, it almost dropped into the top of the picnic shelter there. So I gave it some throttle. I don't know if it would have stopped or not. Well, we are at 19% battery, so rather than push my luck, I'm going to bring it in front of the camera here. We're going to do another landing. We need to go back into manual flight. Make sure that we can see it in the camera here good. Okay guys, so I'm going to put my hand, let's go back this way just a little. Make sure you can see it good. I'm going to put my hand under the drone and hit the land button. Oh, I need to turn it around. I almost made the mistake. It's facing me. I need to spin it around. That was a mistake I made last time. So they want you to land it with the drone facing away from you. Well, it wouldn't shut off. I tried throwing it back up in the air and it hit the ground, so I might have broke it. I don't know. Yeah, we definitely got some kind of an error. Yeah, so I'm gonna shut it off. But you saw it there; it was still struggling. It was trying to take off. So I thought, well, I'll throw it back up in the air, and it just fell like a rock. So. Yeah, now I can't turn it off. I'm going to have to remove the battery to shut it off here. Oh no, there it did. Finally shut off. Well, I don't know guys, that hand landing is flaky. You saw the last one I did. And this time, I mean, the motors weren't shutting off. And I was also, at the same time, when the motors wouldn't shut down, I was holding the stick all the way down, and they still weren't shutting off. And it felt like it was trying to take off again, so I let go of it, and it fell to the ground. So, you know, you can call that my fault, I guess, but the hand landing, yeah, palm landing, it's flaky. So I'm not sure I'd recommend it. Like I said, the part that, for me, that's a problem is I want to be able to hold that left stick down and cut the motors, and it didn't do it. So I don't know. We'll figure that out, and you know, I look forward to your comments. Maybe you guys have some advice for me. But and by the way, the drone does not appear to be damaged. It looks like it's in good shape. It didn't fall very far. It fell in some dirt, but I'm going to fire it back up here real quick just to make sure that it's okay. But in any case, we did some successful dronies with it. We went out to 1.2 kilometers without any kind of connection issues out over the lake, so that was fun. So I'm happy about that. The hand landing, the palm, the hand takeoff, the palm takeoff, man, that's awesome. That rocks. You just throw it up in the air and it goes. It's that landing that I'm struggling with. Like when I do that with the Xeno, when I grab a hold of the Xeno, if I pull that left stick down, it kills the motors. This does not do that. Maybe if I'd have just left it there longer, it finally would have shut off the motors. But that's still kind of disconcerting. I mean, I don't know, how long do you let it sit there with the motors spinning? That is far from ideal. And like I said, that is in conjunction with what I showed you earlier, where I tried landing it on the landing pad and it wouldn't shut down. So I don't know. I don't know what that is, but maybe we can find out. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. And hey, most of all, I just really appreciate you tuning in and looking what we're doing here. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. camera's still on. Okay guys, this is after I already did my conclusion there. I just wanted to show you the drone is undamaged. I just did a hand takeoff again, so yeah, it's going to land here in a second. I'm not going to try another palm landing. There's a sidewalk here. I'm going to manually land it on the sidewalk. Anyway, thanks for watching.